The school to prison pipeline wasn't of my knowledge until a couple years ago. It wasn't until I began my career in criminal justice that I fully understood the great harm it does to individuals. In class, I began to think about all my other classmates that were once either isolated, labeled since young, and it left me thinking of the great harm that the school does to an individual. A classmate that I remember that I could say was pushed to being criminalized. Michael Ruiz was the clown of the class. He always found ways to make us laugh and upset the teacher. He would constantly get up from his seat, walk around, and when he was told to sit, he would mock the teacher or simply just not listen. I don't remember a grade that I was in class with him that he didn't get in trouble. I remember him showing up to class sometimes with bruises on his arm or on his leg, and being nosy classmates, we would all ask him in recess, "Did you fall again?" And he would be honest about it and open, "No, I misbehaved and my brother hit me." That's when we asked him, "Your brother hits you?" "Oh yeah, mom's gone all day and my brother watches me, and when I don't listen or go to sleep because he wants to leave, he hits me." Little did the teachers know the kind of abuse he was receiving at home. They would only focus on everyone being fine in class, not thinking about why a student was acting up the way he was. He simply wanted the attention that he didn't receive at home. Since he would give the teacher such a hard time, he would typically be sitting in the back in majority of the classes I had with him. Almost, I can remember from K through 5th when I was with him, every class had a different corner for him, either the right or the left. Never did they stop to wonder why this kid was acting up. He would get suspended. He would get sent to the office. His parents would never pick him up, so even if they would send him to the office to get picked up, once we were dismissed, I remember always seeing him still there waiting. I never really put the puzzles together, being that I didn't see him as a bad kid. I just saw him as a kid who didn't know how to express himself in class and wasn't getting the proper attention at a young age, when I strongly believe that it's the most important time when a student and a child should get attention. Since a young age, Michael was taught that he was the bad kid in class. He was taught that he couldn't associate himself with those that were paying attention. He would constantly be told, "No, you don't listen, so go to the back. No, you can't participate. You don't pay attention. You don't listen. No, you're not smart enough. No, no, no." Always no. Even when he attempted to do better with himself, he attempted to try in class, it was like as if all the teachers had given up on him, the system itself. I never saw the parents be involved. It was just that one time that we asked him about his bruises that he brought up a family member. Once he got older, you were able to see how he was rebelling against the world. He wasn't the nice jokester in class anymore in 5th grade. He would use slang. He would be rude to the teacher in the form of, I see it now as defending himself, but I mean, no one would understand that if they didn't know the main issue that the kid was having since a young age. I feel that schools are not taking the proper approach to end the school to prison pipeline. We now see that schools have a prison-like environment. They have surveillance cameras, metal detectors. They have harsh school discipline, such as transfer to alternative schools for behavior, zero tolerance policies, out of school suspensions. Not only that, but they're cutting back on counselors, which are very necessary, social workers, and mental health resources given to the students that need it. So not only are they cutting back on resources for students, they're continuously closing the door for them, not realizing the massive effect they're having on them. Thinking back to my classmate Michael, it saddens me to think that he was only a victim of the business scam that goes along with, mass incarceration. He was a victim and is now serving a sentence of 4 to 9 years. Throughout the years of his life, he was stigmatized, segregated, he was silenced, suppressed, and now sentenced. This is the socio political and economic strategy to marginalize and oppress youth for the goal of incarceration. We're all just practically vulnerable to fall into the victimization of the school to prison pipeline now. And not only that, but just the thought of being led to it and ending up in prison when, since the start, it could have been solved differently, just leaves me thinking of how hard it seems to fix mass incarceration, but how easily it would be to end it if we were to free all those victimized that are now labeled as criminals and serving a sentence that they probably don't deserve to serve. Thank you.